real quick, want to get into LIV Golf really fast. So Taylor Gooch wins LIV Alducia. I think that's how you say it. Not sure. Beating Jon Rahm by one stroke, 8 under to 7 under. And Taylor Gooch went on to shoot rounds of 69, 60, 66, and 70. Obviously, there are only 3 rounds in LIV Golf. But this is the thing I want to talk about. Do you remember last year, or maybe it was 2 years ago, the comment that Taylor Gooch had when he said, like, if anyone wins the Masters, including Rory, that it's an asterisk because you don't have the best people in the field competing with them. Do you remember that?
Oh, that was him?
That was Taylor Gooch.
I remember that comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it definitely
And
got
everyone's
viewed.
like, who's Taylor Gooch? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah.
Like, who's
Yeah.
Taylor Gooch to say that? Does he think he's one of the best players in the world because he's not
Yeah.
playing in the Masters?
I think I think that was his whole take and stuff too, man. I think some
Yeah.
people did understand it to a degree, but then some people, I think because Taylor Gooch said it, they had a lot
They're
of
like,
issues.
yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of issues with it, bro. But in reality, shout out to Taylor Gooch, man, for winning. I think this is his 4th win on LIV, and then his 2nd time at this venue winning. So good for him. But Jon Rahm still hasn't won in a while, neither on the
LIV
in the major fronts or on LIV. He was super close. They got a team victory. His team got a team victory, but he hasn't gotten a solo victory yet. But this leads into my next question. Since the inception of LIV Golf, they have not been swept by the PGA when it comes to majors. For the first time this year, it is a real possibility. Do you think someone from LIV Golf has a chance to end that? Because we see this year it's been Rory, JJ Spawn, and Scotty. Let me go over the last 3 years real quick. So go back to 2022, Masters, Scotty, PGA Championship, Justin Thompson, U.S. Open, Matt Fitzpatrick. The Open was Cam Smith. So technically, I'm going to give it. There's a LIV guy. 2023 Masters, Jon Rahm, LIV guy right there. PGA Championships, Brooke Koepka, another LIV guy.
Yeah.
U.S. Open, Wyndham Clark, the Open, Brian Harmon. 2024 Masters, Scotty. PGA Championship, Xander, U.S. Open, Bryson. The Open,
and then Xander.
Xander, yes. So for the first time, LIV can possibly get swept. Do you think a LIV player has a chance of winning the Open to eliminate the possibility of that happening?
Dude, I wasn't going to pick a LIV player. Were you going to pick a LIV player?
For sure I was going to pick a LIV player.
You were for the Open?
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
like the only guy, and I'm getting ahead, but like the only guy I think of is like Jon Rahm. I don't think.
Yeah, and that's a legit. And I'm going to say why I picked him, but that is a legit pick when it comes to links golf.
But just this year hasn't done well. Hasn't won. You know, I
He
guess
hasn't-
he
he
did
hasn't-
well
he
at the
hasn't won in a
U.S.
while.
Open. He did well at the U.S. Open last day, and that's more similar to Europe. But like, I mean, even Sophie was saying it, and like I think other players have said it's like, dude, when you go overseas, it's just different. Like the link style golf is a little bit different. You feel like the courses are older in their design because that's where golf originated.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I wasn't gonna pick a LIV guy. I would put my money on PGA sweeping. Like I think,
Wow. Yeah.
I
Not a bad take at all.
dude, I bet. I wonder who is going to be favored to win the Open, like
Scotty.
on FanDuel or stuff like that.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be Scotty?
Yeah, bro. They always pick Scotty, bro. It's never fun.
Dude, I'm saying like on Monday, like when they.
Oh, okay.
I bet you because I bet you Rory's going to be up there,
Oh, he's always
especially after.
He's typically
He's
always
going to be
number 2.
It's going to be Scotty 1 and Rory probably number 2, especially after this performance. You know.
So here it is. 2 hours ago, just got updated. So this is the closest we're probably going to get. First, obviously, Scotty. Second, Rory. Third, Jon Rahm. Fourth, Bryson DeChambeau. Yes. Fifth, plot twist, Tommy Fleetwood. Sixth, Ludwig Oberg. Yeah, Ludwig Oberg. After that, Shane Lowry. And then someone who's, and we'll get to it, Tyrell Hatton. And then Victor Hovland.
Okay.
And then Robin McIntyre. So that's what the odds are saying right now. Joaquin Neiman's in there, but I'm not falling for this anymore. I'm not falling for Joaquin anymore, man.
What a
As
tease.
much as I love the guy, I'm not falling for it. But you think there's a possibility the PGA sweeps LIV this year in regards
I think
to
high
majors?
possibility.
Yeah.
Dude, I think, and I also think like the record shows it this year is like, out of all the majors, it's just like, I feel like the PGA has really dominated all the majors this year. and I guess the U.S. Open will be the course that's the most similar to. Is it at the old course this year?
Royal Port Push. How you say it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's just one of uh,
Yeah.
the open courses. But yeah, like I think the closest we got was the U.S. Open, and I feel like the PGA dominated that. Like Terrell Hatton played his way up there towards the end.
Carlos Ortiz too,
And,
man.
oh shoot, yeah, but
And
yeah,
Rahm too, man.
yeah.
What you
John Rahm
mean?
played his way well, but I
It
feel
was
like I still
it was
feel like
three it was three people that live in the top 8.
I still feel like, but none of them had the lead. You know what I'm saying? Like Rahm had the lead. Like Rahm had the lead at Valhalla. So we're like, okay,
PGA Championship, yeah.
yeah. And then the Masters, Bryson was like
Shambo.
one back from a solo leader from in Rory. You know, I think right. They were one back or they were tied going on the
Yeah.
last day.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like the U.S. Open, like no, none of the live guys had a lead. They definitely played well on the last day to be a threat to
Yeah.
make some noise, but it was still kind of like. Granted, JJ Spawn played amazing.
Yes.
And I don't know, but part of me also thinks like they only got in there because Adam Scott and Sam Burns started to play like crap because they were the most affected by the rain delay. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, but they took advantage of what happened though. Because
Yeah.
they could have folded too, man. But
Dude, no.
so my thing, I think the answer is high chances it's a sweep. But like, I just like good golf. I'm not like pro live and stuff like
Oh,
that.
dude. Yeah, for
I just
sure.
like good golf. But again, like we talked about with the Masters, Bryson DeChambeau, we understand Patrick Reed was right there. He's solo third.
Yeah.
Yeah, we U.S. Open. We had 3 guys from live in the top 8. We go into PGA Championship.
Championship. John
Yeah,
Ramos had the lead at one point on
yeah.
Sunday.
So like
Yeah.
they're always floating. It's not a. That's why when people like on socials go with this live versus PGA, I'm gonna give the PGA, but it's not a wash like people think. People think like, oh, this wouldn't even be close. This would be this. It's like, what are you saying? We literally look when they're in like a combined group that it is closer than what a lot of people think. We haven't seen like where and I don't want to let me actually go back to the PGA Championship final because the only person that's coming to my head right now is Rahm. That might be the only tournament where like they washed PGA Champion. It went PGA Champions Tour. Yeah, Rahm T8, Bryson DeChambeau went T2. So guys, and Joaquin Neiman was T8. So live guys are always kind of floating around there. It's not like, oh, the PGA took the first 15 spots and then live guys are just uncontested.
Yeah.
The only 2 that are typically uncontested every time were 3. Unfortunately, Phil, Cam Smith. That's probably the biggest disappointment who went to live. And then Brooks Koepka
Yes.
only really showed out at the U.S. Open. But like
But he
everyone
should
else,
have one
bro.
day. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
should
yeah,
have
yeah,
one
yeah.
day, and then after that, like he kind of just rode off that 65 that he shot,
And
on
end up getting
Friday or something.
T12.
Yeah,
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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I would say a sweep is highly, but like I'm not gonna knock it, bro. And again, I'm just a golf
yeah.
fan that watches golf, and this is what things of the past are just objectively showing. Like Patrick Reed got a third at the Masters. You can't
Yeah.
argue that. Bryson DeChambeau got what he got. You can't argue that. So, but yeah, I wonder. Someone's going to take this from us. I know they are. This is going to pop up. Someone's
Yeah.
going to take. They're going to take this from us. But I wonder if a sweep will happen, or if Liv can get this one to prevent that from happening. I would love for you guys to tell us in the comments again. Like, subscribe. Rate us
Yeah.
on Spotify. But I want to hear these thoughts. This is a good
Yeah.
topic.
I do think it like having the PGA and Live, it kind of does have like more of a protagonist and antagonist feel.
It
Like
does. Yeah.
there's more of like a team, like your team Live or your team PGA, and then it makes a good conversation. Like, all right, do all these major winners have an asterisk? Which I think that statement is dumber than
Yeah.
the fact that the PGA might sweep. Like
Yeah.
I feel like the
Yeah.
PGA, yeah. But
Yeah. You can't say it's an asterisk.
yeah,
You definitely, yeah. And like I said, there are live guys in the field. Like it's just an asterisk because it's like Taylor Gooch. Like, do you think you were the guy? I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
And,
because like,
Yeah, and it's like, well, guys like Cam Smith fall off and they don't
Yeah,
qualify
so bad.
for the event next year or whatever. It's like, well, then that means that guy isn't a top player in the world right now.
Yeah,
So otherwise,
yeah,
he would have proven it. You know,
yeah.
it's like the whole world of golf is just to qualify. I remember this one guy who played at ASU and he practiced at Lone Tree where I practiced at,
Mm-hmm.
and unfortunately passed away. Rest in peace.
Oh
But
wow.
Tony Grimes, he'd always say, like, in golf, you're always trying to qualify. Like when you're in high school, you're trying to you're trying to qualify to be a starter in high school. Then
Mm-hmm.
when you are a starter, you try to qualify your way into college. Like you
Mm-hmm.
play these tournaments to more or less qualify into college. And then when you're in college, you play these qualifiers to be a starter on your team. And then after college, you go to qualifying school, Q school, to get
Mm-hmm.
into the PGA Tour. So it's like, yeah, if you didn't make it in, if you're not making it into the majors, then you should have qualified. Like that's why
Yeah.
golf is cutthroat as it is, you know. And obviously, it's easier said than done. I qualified for nothing in my life, you know. But like,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, like, and I don't know. I feel like I sound a little heartless when I say like, well, Cam Smith should have just qualified. And don't get me wrong, like I would love to see prime Cam Smith compete against these guys.
Oh my gosh.
As a
Yes.
golf fan, I
Yes.
would love it because he was a dog.
And like
And I
like we
wouldn't
said, but before Hideki set the tour record for scoring, like it was held by Cam Smith at the
Cam
Century.
Smith, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other, I'll say this as a caveat because there are sponsors exemptions. Like I wouldn't be mad if these live guys that were good, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, got us. Like I wouldn't be like holding the sponsors like accountable. Like why'd you let Cam Smith in? You
Yeah.
know, but I do think it's like at a certain point, like these guys got to play their way in. If they make a decision to go to live, so it's harder to play their way in, well, they got to find a way. There's still U.S. Open qualifiers around.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
still Open
Open.
qualifiers. There's
Hmm.
other ways to get in, you know,
Hmm.
and I think live allows for them to do that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I don't think Liv is hindering anybody from achieving that
Yeah,
at
to
all.
play in these. Yeah, so
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I again, at the end of the day, I would love to see guys like Cam Smith, Prime Brooks, Prime DJ to go head to head with some of these guys. But it's like if
Yeah.
you didn't play your way in, like it's kind of like Max Homa not playing in the U.S. Open. It's just unfortunate, but that means he's just
Yeah.
not the top guy right now.
Yeah.
So there's
Great
no
point.
asterisk with these events.
Yeah. Great point, man.